Good evening, everybody. Welcome into the stream and welcome back to some more Dungeons and Dragons shenanigans, because let's face it, that's all we ever get up to. So real quick, before we do anything, I want to quick notice that we're going to change things up a little bit. We're changing things up a little bit, how we're doing ads, and I did that with the stream before, so you guys have kind of a heads up. But we're going to take a little bit more frequent breaks. So the first one will be at about 8:30. Let me double check that. 25 and a half minutes from now. So a little 8:35. And then it'll be every hour from that point on. So I'm going to try and make sure we actually break at that time. It'll be for about 3 minutes. You guys can step away as well. Whatever. I don't care. I just need to get these things in order because let's face it, we all hate ads. But we have to do what we got to do. It's what Twitch does. We got to live with it. So, but I'd rather have that than pre-roll. But anyway, now all the technical stuff aside, let's get into the game, as it's feels like it's been a while, although we did miss the last session, so I guess it has been a while at this point. So let's catch up and jump right into things.
So last session it started off with us in, oh boy, I forget what city we were in. How do I not know this?
Daggerford,
thank you. I don't know why I never wrote that anywhere. We started off in Daggerford, and Adrian left to go find winter gear for the group. Murray kind of scared everybody, and Coco mommed Sahiri for a bit, because Sahiri's still not doing too great. And then we transport via plant to Neverwinter after, our average 5-minute discussion on what was already a plan. And the forest is quiet when we arrive in an almost eerie sense, and then we come across a clearing, and we're confronted by two beasts. Murray Rex makes an appearance in an effort to cast suggestion on one enemy. Adrian becomes a potted plant
for the entire fight.
Most of last session was big fight and plant for me. It was good. Those beasts turned out to be, what were they, like?
Trolls.
Dire trolls.
Yeah, but they were dire trolls. Thank you. After a truly harrowing fight for the group, the beasts are defeated shortly before Adrian stops being Plantdrin. Trademark Murray on that one, I think. And then we headed to town, and we meet Narian's family and spend the evening planning our next moves and feeding and entertaining the fam. And that's it.
So, yeah, you guys are... It is the next morning. Wow, it helps if I have the right window open here. Hold on. DM loading.
Long rest.
This is what happens when I close the wrong window.
Error 404, plot hook not found.
No, this is what happens when I rush myself getting back home. All right, and so Narian's wife, Shay, has been told you that she was going to look into contacts for how to get transport into one of the 10 towns within Icewind Dale, as that is the only way you guys are going to be able to make up the spine. Travel along the spine itself seems to have been cut off. Temperatures are dropped again, pretty much below what they were around where they were when Auril was on her rampage, but that has seemed to have not be the same cause, as that was further up north in Neverwinter. I mean, not Neverwinter, in Icewind Dale. This seems to actually be coming directly from the spine itself. But she said she would find you guys a location to be able to, a teleportation circle, because they know the Harpers have one. She needed to find out exactly where it took you to.
You just gotta draw me the special squiggles that are on that one, and I can do it right in your yard. I'm not gonna mess up your floor.
So anyway, Shay returns back that next morning after breakfast and lets you all know that There's a house down the street that is one of yours. I'm not a Harper any longer. One of the organization's transportation locations.
Sweet.
It's going to take you. Hold on. Again, DM loading. 1 second. It's going to take you to the town of East Haven, which is right along the southeastern side of Icewind Dale, closest to the spine itself.
Okay, kind of like in between Icewind Dale and Ten Towns.
And it's one of the 10 towns, but it's the most
Oh, it's one of the
southeastern-
10 because there's 10
Yeah.
towns.
Yeah, East Haven is one of the larger cities. It's in the southeastern corner of the Dale.
Okay.
So it's actually one of the larger ones. Mostly known for fishing, as it's right on the edge of Lake Denishire.
Cool.
And you will arrive in a colorful inn called the Wet Trout.
That sounds gross. I like it.
Better than a dry trout.
That's a good point, Coco.
It's in the northeastern corner of East Haven. So
Wow, that's I'm not gonna say what I'm thinking because I'm gonna jinx this, but you've been very helpful. See, I'm learning, guys.
we still have our connections, even though I may not be a member any longer.
Oh, I know. We're just
I
used
mean-
to people being less helpful.
I mean, as long as you leave in good standing, you're always a friend of the Harpers, you know?
True.
So with that, you can, whenever you're ready, we can lead you over and you can make your way there. If there's nothing else you need to do in Neverwinter.
Mm,
Well, I figure we could probably get provisions. I think I should be okay with the cold, but if it's too chilly even for me, I'll probably find something in 10 towns that'll help me out. So yeah.
maybe next time we're in, I'll look at real estate, but not today.
Yeah, next time I'm through here, I'll get a tree set up there for the kids so you can put a fort in there so the kids have a tree house.
Wait, can't you just grow it with the house already in it? I don't know how
Yeah.
this works. Oh, yeah, cool. We should let these two say goodbye then. And I'm just gonna like semi-awkwardly walk out of the room. Like
Yeah.
making like looking at Murray like, come on, let's go.
Oh yeah, no, we don't want to be a fly on the wall, eh?
Ew, dude, no. Not again. We
Oh.
had this discussion.
Oh, okay.
No.
Okay. Bye, kids. Nice meeting you. I'll be outside.
So everybody heads outside. Shay waits for you, Narian, for goodbye. She brings the kids over. Better not be days before you let me know you're okay.
It won't be this time. I'll be fine. I think they need my help a little bit more than they're letting on.
I'd say so. And I know what your abilities mean to what needs to be done.
I don't cherish the idea of leaving, but if there's a lich terrorizing Waterdeep, how long before he starts moving everywhere else? If they have a idea of how to stop that, I have to help.
Well, I hope you find your way. I'll help keep information and provide anything I can that I find out of what is happening. So at least you know what's going on while you're away.
I think Narian's probably just looking at the kids. A little disheartened to have to leave so fast again. Just kneel down and hug each of them.
And they look up and they go, "We'll be fine."
I'm sure you will. Take care of your mother, although I'm certain she doesn't need it. But both of you are very strong and capable. Okay.
Just go to be a hero.
I'm just trying to help, not be a hero.
But isn't that what heroes do? As they help?
Yeah, but well, that's a complicated answer. But I'll see you again. I promise.
We'll be here.
Okay.
We all will. As Shay says to you.
All right. I'll just hug them all and go join the others.
Okay. All right. So you guys regroup and you make your way down. You said you have all your supplies, so you're ready.
I envy you, Narian. It's been over 100 years since I've seen my family.
Maybe we'll have to change that then.
That'd be a hoot.
Careful what you wish for.
No.
My mom would love you.
I know.
Okay.
We've had this discussion like 100 times.
Yep. You don't know what you're getting into.
No, but I'm in anyway.
Yeah.
When do I ever
Well, I
know what
guess-
I'm getting into? That's what
I guess
Goblin
tit
was
for
for.
tat. I embarrass you in front of your mom. I figure it's about time you do that in front of mine.
Literally every time you opened your mouth.
She's a nice lady.
She is, and that's the only reason either of us survived the visit.
I got very lucky.
Well,
with
for
the
me, it's
family.
my.
I got very lucky with the family I found because before them I didn't have any, so that I knew of anyway.
Well, hey, that's a good thing about found families. They can grow. Just elbows you a little bit. He's not very strong. It doesn't hurt. It's just playful.
If anything, you hurt your elbow
He
on
hurts
armor.
himself, yeah.
Yeah, probably. Just like, ow.
Actually, you know what, Narian? Hang on. Here, I reach into my bag of holding. And I pull out the 5-foot long rock feather that I've been holding onto for God knows how long. Hey, here you go. Welcome to the group, for better or worse. you're so fucked.
What else do you? You know what? I don't want to know.
I got the eye from the squid thing.
Huh.
You guys make your way down the street. You're following the direction that Shay gave you. You come to a small, unassuming house. As you get to the door, those of you who cast magic, you can kind of feel there's a little edge on the door. Nothing like dangerous, at least not on your end.
Ooh, this place tickles.
And you knock on the door with the knock you were given. And you hear almost like a buzz, and you can kind of feel the energy kind of fade a little bit. The door creaks open, and there's a timid-looking man opens the door. Yes, can I help you?
What's up? We need to use your teleportation circle.
Scratch my chest. I show the symbol.
Right this way, please. And as he kind of opens the door and kind of leans out and lets you all in, and as you all make your way, and you just kind of see him look around and pull the door closed again. You see him wave his hands in a kind of a organized direction, symbols, and you feel again that energy kind of reapplied to the.
The tinglies back.
Oh, don't mind those. Those are usual wards.
Oh, hey, buddy. Nobody said they minded.
As you actually enter into the house, you see it's actually far nicer and larger than what it looks like on the outside.
It's a nice place you have here. Very unassuming.
That's kind of the point.
I read about this. Things that are bigger on the inside.
It's a modification of the Magnificent Mansion.
Oh, hey, I heard about those.
I think Garvin said it once. I wasn't listening.
Well, it's a you kind of magic.
Is it?
Yeah.
Neat.
Well, I mean, Mordenkainen was all kinds of magic, right? My stuff's all twigs and berries.
Garvin was the book kid. I do people.
But anyways, if you follow me, and as usual, the teleportation circle is in the cellar.
So if I was trying to get one made, it should go in the cellar?
Not necessarily. We just like to have it. It's a little bit harder to find, and it's grounded.
Makes sense. Cool.
The super highfalutin mages like to have it at the top of their tower because they don't think anybody can get up there. But
am I right?
Of all people, they should know people fly.
Bloody wizards. Sorry.
But either way,
Never mind.
I shall just lead you down. And you're heading to East Haven, correct?
Correct.
Yep.
So you head down the stairs, and you actually see there are 4 different circles.
Ooh.
I am gonna, at each new one, I go, and where does that one go? And where does that one go? And where does that one go?
I will lead you to the East Haven one, but until you need the others, I'm not privy to share that information.
The less we know, the better, man.
Uh,
The more we know, the easier it would be for someone else to learn that information from us.
I'm just as likely to kill me as anyone else is. What do you do? Whatever.
Yes, but there is such a thing as divination magic and scrying and things like that. Where people can.
Mind
You know
reading
how the
nonsense.
cover goes. I mean, you remember, you can make your own. You just requires you to trace it every day for a year.
Or pay someone to.
Or
We gotta stand still long enough for that.
Or pay someone to.
We're free water deep so that we can get back.
yes, I've
that's-
heard.
That's step 1, Murray. The circle is step 6.
I've heard the troubles in Waterdeep, and it's unheard of in this side. Waterdeep is stood longer than most other cities.
Yep. And if we have anything to do with it, it's going to keep standing. Speaking of, when all of this clears up, and I just pull out a business card from my robe and hand it to him, drinks on me.
If I make my way down there, I shall stop in. Anyways, here we are. And he points to a circle.
We should
Okay.
I don't have to
probably
waste
dress in
chalk.
our cold gear before we leave,
Uh,
since it will be
yes.
cold when we arrive.
I would highly recommend doing so, even though it's in shelter. I've heard that there's some cold issues within
Um,
the Dale again.
Is there a dragon rampaging? Do you know?
Not that I know of, but again, nothing's been heard. The temperatures have dropped colder than they should be at this time of year. And we know it's not an issue from Oral again.
Okay. Let's see.
So I know I only gave you the bandana, but I did buy you a jacket. It's very big. They had to sew 2 of them together. I just like hold out a really big bag towards Murray.
Oh, sorry. I'm in my own little bubble here.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. What? I'm going
Jacket.
back north. It's messing with my head.
Big jacket.
Big
For
jacket.
the-
I like big jackets. I put it on. It's like a crop top.
There's a seam right down the middle of the back.
Sexy. I dig it.
It's like 2 different colors.
Mm-hmm. They're really close until you get it under the light, and then you're like, wait a minute, what the fuck? That's a blue and that's a black.
It wouldn't be the first time I had to wear patchwork and scrap clothing. That was a big boy, even for my village.
All right, so you guys get all your winter gear on. You step into the teleportation circle.
I don't have to waste chalk.
I assume you are familiar with such things.
Mm-hmm.
Very well. I will warn you that from what I've heard, the cold is impressive, so just take that for what it is.
I held up my hands and there's big old mittens. Wait.
All right, and you see him take his hands and rub them back and forth and places them down at the same time down onto the floor. The circle glows this great blue of all the runes, just glow blue. You see a flash, and the sensation of extreme cold just slams into your bodies as you enter into this new area.
I want to go back.
Even through your cold weather gear, you just feel the cold. It's not unbearable, but the change is drastic and noticeable.
Guys, I've changed my
Like
mind. I don't want
even
to-
Murray feels cold.
Yeah, it's just the change in temperature is so drastic that it you can tell the temperature
It's
difference.
jarring.
Yeah. It's that going from inside to a warm place to going outside to where it's cold, and it's that quick just loss of breath for a second.
We'll be fine in a few minutes.
Whoa, it's been a while.
I have changed my mind. I don't want to be an adventurer anymore. Take me back. Take me back. I want to go to Candlekeep where it's boring and dry.
All of Coco's feathers have floofed. Just
Floofy burb. So
you've
I take
taken
the
the
alchemical
tropical
jug.
bird. You've taken the tropical bird into the winter, and she does not like it.
I feel like Coco and Adrian are just like everywhere we go, we're like shoulder to shoulder, just like
Yes, just
huddled.
huddled for warmth.
Yeah. Just
I'll make,
glaring at everyone.
I'll take the alchemical jug. Here you go. Have a swig of this. It'll make you feel better. It's just ginger tea, but the hot and the spicy will help take some of the edge off.
Because I have mittens on, I grab it like a little kid and
So you guys kind of once you get through and recover from that, you see you guys are in again another basement. You hear some sounds upstairs. It's a very cold like clay basement. You see the floor above you is all solid wood, but more of like logs of wood instead of normal planks of wood.
Oh yeah, log cabins, man. Love it.
Bit drafty though.
Hey, I mean, if you seal it up with pitch, it's great. Don't worry about it. They're warmer than you think.
Murray, I'm standing
You.
here. I think exactly how cold it is.
All right, so you guys have found yourselves in the basement of what should be the wet trout. So, but again, guys, we're gonna take a very quick break here. As I said, we're gonna take a break here at half an hour. We're gonna take another one in an hour, and then we'll just do them every hour just to keep things moving. So, we'll be back in just a couple minutes. Hang tight, and we'll be back in just a minute. All right. Welcome back, everybody. I hope that went okay. So that's our first test. We'll see how it goes. It'll be about 55 minutes. We'll do another one. So we're gonna kind of deal with it. So anyway, back in as the party has arrived into Icewind Dale, has felt the jarring cold that is definitely not normal for the Dale, as Murray has realizing that this is not naturally what it should be. You guys are in the basement. You're assuming is of the Wet Trout, the inn that you were told you were going to end up in. Well, tavern. I should say not really much.
Is
of an
there
inn.
like noise from above us at all?
Yes, it's
Good.
You hear not only the sounds of moving chairs, moving walking feet. You hear talking. You can't make out anything. But you also can hear the sounds of boats outside. Like you.
I'm just gonna turn to Narian. Okay, so what's the protocol here? Do we like come up through a secret entrance, or do we just like F off out of a secret door, or like I didn't
Probably
know.
just go up and tell the tavern keep instead of just standing in the basement.
Okay.
There's stairs leading to a hatch, right?
Yeah, it's a stairs leading up to a door, actually.
Oh, okay. I'll just start walking up the stairs to the door,
Yeah, I'll
scratching my
follow you.
chest close to my symbol in case there's knives drawn when I walk out of the door.
Okay. As you go up to the door opens outward, but it actually leads outside. You're in a back alley. But you can feel the cold just coming through. The air is bitter, and you can get the whiff of. It's almost, you can smell like cooking fish.
Out.
And you can see as you exit out, you see. I just had the map. Where'd it go? There we go. You can see a small dock on your side, and then further dock.
Do we get map?
I can give you. Yes. Little memento. It's not gonna be labeled, but
That's fine.
not to you, to the group.
You can send it to me if you want. It'll do a little less good there, but you know.
So, and you guys are
big.
kind of, you are in the like little tea house that's right next to the dock, all the way in the far northeast.
Okay.
Mary, is it always just bloody cold up here?
No. Murray's face is for the first time in a long time completely serious and devoid of humor.
So you guys actually, as you look out over the water, it's frozen over. You can see trails where things, it looks like people have manually broken through to let ships kind of go through, but for the most part, nothing's moving. You see people actually walking out along the water, fishing into holes within the ice.
Ice fishing. That's nice.
As you guys make it out, you see the door itself to the tavern is actually almost flush with the wall, that it's almost entirely impossible to see on the outside, except you can see a small little latch hidden underneath of one of the stones, not stones, one of the planks of the door. It looks just like it's a part of the log cabin of the house. There's not a lot of movement on the streets themselves. As anybody who you've seen walking by is completely bundled up.
Well, now what, gang?
We need information.
Duh.
This is not good.
No.
Follow me.
Okay.
I'm gonna circumnavigate the building and actually go into the wet trout.
Okay. So you enter inside the tavern. Inside the tavern. Again,
Like an
now
old
that you've
Western, the
opened the
door
door, now that you open the door, you see this is a rather large building. The noise is actually more than you thought it was. It was almost very tempered down, but it's actually rather large. There's a great chimney in the center of the room, and it has like hearths on each side of it. And it's got 2 large tavern common rooms. And then behind the bar, you see a white dragonborn tending to the bar.
I'm gonna nudge Adrian,
Uh,
kind of over at the white dragonborn.
what do you want to
Shove him
know?
forward. I'm gonna go stand by the hearth, warm my hands. Are there any
What?
furbolgs in here?
You do not see any furbolgs.
Okay.
As Murray
Should
walks
go-
as Murray walks away, the rest of you just see Adrian like, what? I wanted to go stand by the. You're a dick.
You can go stand by the fire.
I'm gonna
I'll
sit
deal
at
with
the
this.
hearth and listen to everything going on.
Okay, give me a perception check. Give me a disadvantage because it is very loud. So if you're trying to listen, it's gonna be pretty tough.
Hey, 2 nat 20s in a row.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay. Yep. Blow those early. Thanks.
No, dude, Murray is scared,
On
and
point.
he is fucking focused right now.
You hear people rumbling. It's like, not again. It's only been a year. Blah blah blah. He said. You hear people questioning if it's Arl's wrath again. You hear somebody mention something about. You hear. It's the white dragon from the north coming, or from the mountains coming in again. You don't hear consistency in stories. Seems like everybody seems to have,
Everyone has a theory. Yeah,
has a tale.
it's just gossip. All right. I'll just keep warming my hands by the hearth.
Well, that'll fit a little better. All right. Anyway, you see sitting at the bar. Seems a little odd now the way you see a tiefling sitting enjoying a drink at the bar.
I'll just look to Adrian, and seeing that he looked a little like he wanted to go over to the fire, I'll walk up to go talk to the Dragonborn instead so that he can go stand by the fire.
Okay.
Coco goes with you and just writes on her slate, "Please give me your hottest drink," and holds it up.
Adrian does this above the slate.
Just appears.
It's like there's just 2. Make that 2.
So you see coming right up. She's got this kind of crusty voice.
Thank you.
And she grabs 2 flagons, brings it out, sets it down in front of you, and it's as you feel the glass, it's almost like it's cool ale.
Huh.
I'll just put my foot out to use it as step for Coco so they can get onto the stool easier without having to like clamber up.
Coco's short, but she's not like ridiculously short. She's about 5 foot.
Just so you don't have to clamber up as horribly. Because I was imagining bar stools, and I'm just like,
Bird bar stool. Yes.
And a little budgie.
Little little hop. Coco is dubious, but figures the bartender probably knows what she's doing,
Yeah,
Oh.
Adrian just goes,
and tucks into the.
thanks. Puts a couple of coins down.
All right, that's too dramatic. Stop that. Sorry, I'm trying to find something good for music wise. Anyway, so you put down some coins to pay for your drinks, and I haven't seen you here before. What brings you to the Wet
We-
Trout?
We
I
just got
point at
into
Narian.
town. We're attempting to find. I'll just lay it out straight. We're attempting to find a route to travel up to the Spine. We have some business there. This was the closest we could get to the edge of in towns.
That sounds like a one-way ticket to freezing to death, if you ask me.
That's what I said.
But don't listen to any of the town. It's not a dragon, at least that we know of, and it's not Arl. Arl's not back.
Do
We
you
don't know
have
what's
any idea
causing
what
it.
could be causing it?
The winds have just come from the top of the mountain range, and nobody's been able to get up there to find out what's going on.
No guides going out.
Well, I mean, the guides haven't gone out because nobody's been willing to really go up there, as nobody else has made it back. So,
What
I
we're
mean, there's
hearing
a
is it
couple of
could be a dragon.
there's a couple
We
of
just
guides in
don't know.
town. Well, it's all.
Well, dragons
I'll
usually
say
tend to
anything's
make
possible at this
themselves
point.
more known. I think.
Could you point us in the right direction to one of these guides that might be willing to take us?
Who's the craziest guide in town?
I'd probably say that's going to be Ready Two Fingers.
Where's he sit?
He sits outside the town hall. He's a short, annoying dwarf with, well, 2 fingers on each
Perfect.
hand.
Perfect.
Frostbite?
Yeah, from his many trips.
See, he knows what he's doing.
Not if he lost his fingers to frostbite.
Well, now he knows.
Learn from my mistakes.
If anybody's made it up and down the spine more times than anybody, it's him.
Cool, and if he's as crazy
the
as you say, he'd
lack
be
of
willing to do
fingers
it.
doesn't garner much trust. If he's made it down that many times, then
Ah.
maybe we should.
The boat captain who works for us doesn't have legs. You'll learn.
You said that he hangs around outside of the town hall.
Yeah, center of town. You can't miss it. Big building.
Thank you.
Hey, before we stop annoying you for today, do you have any like stews or anything that's like hot? Or is it because of the weather, nothing's really particularly warm?
Well, the drinks are certainly not going to be warm unless you really want stewed mead. But one second, let me check with the chef.
Thanks.
And she comes back out and she says, "Oh, we got some fresh fish," and you see it's a whole fried fish on a stick.
Perfect. I'm gonna like cut it up into little pieces and stick it in little bags and shove those into the warm pocket on my backpack.
Huh. Well, okay
Adrian's
then.
just sitting at this bar counter picking apart a fried fish.
I'm putting it in for provisions. I'm sure they have weirder adventurers than us occasionally. I mean, the local guide is Ruddy Two Fingers. We can't be the
Fair.
weirdest people in town.
Well, thank you for your
Is
help.
Murray drawing any looks?
Not at the moment.
Okay.
They have people with 2 fingers. I think you're fine.
This is a pretty crowded inn and or tavern, and you'd probably think they get all kinds of people.
Mm-hmm.
probably even some 3 kobolds in a trench coat. So
Mm.
I mean, who's to say 2 fingers isn't actually just 2 kobolds in a smaller trench coat?
Each one of them only has 1 finger. I get it.
all right, so
Using a pair of tongs for hands.
So yeah,
Sorry.
I guess if we're done here, then we go find Ready Two Fingers.
okay.
If we're done here, I don't want to make the
The
decision for
Town
everyone.
hall then.
All right. Well, if nobody else is good, then you guys head out. You make your way towards the center of town. You're kind of just kind of guessing which way to go, but you were told center of town, so you're kind of making the way. But you do see a building that's definitely larger than all the rest of them, so it's pretty easy to tell that, hey, this is probably it. And outside, you see a number of people kind of sitting at stands about. But doesn't look like they're really selling any wares. You probably think these are probably all the different people that are acting as guides throughout the Dale.
I'm gonna look for the one that looks the craziest.
Give me a perception check.
Okay.
I would like to assist.
I was gonna say,
This is
can
my
we-
probably
can we
foot and a
look
half
for
of
the
extra height?
You guys can look at. You guys can individually look. I'm not going to give a advantage.
We just
for
start
looking.
looking at all their hands.
Yeah, exactly.
16.
Find the one who's missing the most fingers.
Better than me.
Man, I'm looking for a dwarf to start with.
Let's see if it builds. What else rolls? 10, 10, 16. All right. So,
No.
let's see
I
here.
burned
It
my
rolls
net
an
20 too
18.
early.
Ooh.
Yeah, you did. Both of them too early.
She's agreeing.
Coco with a 24. So Coco is just, she's got her typical lookout going, and she sees all sorts of different people, but there's only seems to be one dwarf sitting out there. And as you're kind of casually watching, you see that you're looking around, you see he's got 2 fingers. A guy, this dwarf has 2 fingers on each hand.
We should be ready 4 fingers, really.
Do you say that
Coco
out
will
loud
jab.
as you're walking by?
Coco will jab Adrian in the ribs. Adrian.
Huh?
There.
Oh,
4 fingers.
Coco, I've also discovered these coats are quite good at not getting me owies. And then I walk away towards the guy.
Oi, what you want?
Are you Ready Two Fingers?
Holds up a hand. It's like, I only got 2 of them on this hand, right?
Well, I didn't want to assume, but yes, you do only have 2 fingers on that hand.
Yeah, that's what they call me. What can I
Well-
do you for?
I asked who was the craziest guide in this town with a smile on my face, so I mean it in a good way, and I was told to talk to you. How do you want to make a bunch of money?
How much we talking?
I don't know. How much to get us to the spine?
Where along the spine are you looking to go?
I look at Habit, at Murray.
Do you know where Kanatakon is?
I know what's left of it is.
We want to go there, I guess. From the look on his face.
I reach into my pack. I pull out the Morgoth eye. What do you mean? And I throw it on the ground in front of him.
I mean, nobody's seen anybody in that village for quite a while. At least as far as I've been going up and down the mountain. Last I heard, the people there moved off somewhere else.
in the direction where it used to be. That's where I need.
Please.
Well, considering what the weather's doing now, I think that'll be 500 to get you there. 500 to get you back.
We have our own supplies and our own materials. It's not like you have to provide us anything. Could you do it for full?
Give me a persuasion check.
I'm real good at these. 22.
Well, considering the business is dried up, fine. I'll do it for 4.
Wonderful. Thank you very much.
I hope you got some climbing shoes and some rope and some pythons and.
I think I bought all of that when I went into a place and said, I need cold weather gear. And I think that was in the pack.
And you might want some nice warm tents with some tent covers on them. And
Now I miss Garvin.
I've got sleeping arrangements covered. Don't worry about it.
Sleeping at a tiny hut was so convenient and cheap.
but yeah, I mean, I've done this trip many times, and it's not easy either way. And adding to this weather, it's gonna make for it'll make for an interesting trip. So,
Well,
But I'll take it.
That's why we came to you.
and I hope you're prepared for more than just the weather that's on the mountain range. There, it's
Yeah.
there do be some critters up there that seem to be a little feistier than normal.
Creepies, crawlies, and all manner of badness are nothing but par for the course for us, so...
We can deal with those.
Right. All right. So, sitting out first light, or are we going out right now?
What would be your advice?
6 of one, half to another. It depends on when we stop.
Anyone have any opinions? It's not going to get less cold.
Maybe we should stock up a bit before we leave. See if there's anything here in town that might help.
Because
us
it's going to be
on
at
the
least a 2
travel.
or 3 day climb to get to where you're going with this weather.
Okay. That sounds wise. Thanks, Narian.
We should
Are the
probably buy-
markers to the
I
are
assume
the
we don't have
markers to
tents,
the
so we
old
should probably buy
location
tents.
still there?
Most have been covered up by blizzard, but I still know most of the way.
I haven't been home in a century, so
You're an old one. I thought my people were old.
well, middle aged.
He's got stories
I'm only about 275,
and stories.
250, 275, somewhere around there.
Stories.
All right. Well, if you all want to stay, I'm sure we can get you lodging for the night, and I think the White Lady Inn probably has some openings. There's not too many people coming in and out of here right now.
That kind of makes sense. The weather kind of sucks, huh?
Yeah, just
Yeah.
a bit.
That's
Fair
unfortunate.
warning: if you stay there, there's rumors that it's haunted. I don't believe any of that nonsense, but
That's fine. So's ours. I am interested to see how he reacts to that above table.
he gives you a side eye, like, okay.
I fumble because mittens plus extra jacket and then in the robe, but I managed to yoink out a business card and hand it to him.
Just giving
He
business
kinda
cards to
goes-
everybody we meet.
He
Yeah.
just goes, the Ghostly Leaf Inn, huh?
Huh? When Waterdeep isn't a shithole, we're gonna have a grand reopening.
Right, Waterdeep. I don't make it that far down south, but if I do, sure.
Adrian, when is Waterdeep ever not a shithole?
Shh. Don't worry about that. That's a problem for Adrian of then. Hopefully someone other than Adrian of that time period by that point. God.
Right, so tents. We should probably go get some tents.
Okay. Does someone who actually knows how to go camping want to come supervise my wild spending of monies?
Ropes and pythons. That's all you need. The housing, I got you covered. I'll teach you guys how to live in the Arctic. We'll be okay. It's called an igloo.
Based on your
Or I can just
definition
dig
of
a
the
giant. I can also dig a giant hole. We could just be in a hole.
Based on your
How do we
definition
use-
of the word live, I'm slightly concerned for my comfort, but not my safety.
Well, it's not a giant warded village or a druid grove, but it'll do in a pinch.
Okay.
Let's see. You might want to get an ice saw.
Right, do you want to just come with?
Yeah, I really
Okay.
do. And you see Murray taking his Vorpal sword and putting it into the bag of holding. And you can see that he already has the 2 daggers on his belt.
Are we gonna need it? Are we gonna need more medication, Murray?
No, the first time is rough. Sorry about that. Is I'm already about as pissed off as I can be. So
Oh wow.
but this is
And on that awkward note, let's go shopping.
So you find some
Python's
shops and
rope
things
and
like
an
that
ice saw.
around around from the town hall. You guys can easily find what you need to find without a problem.
Just a bunch of that video game cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching
Yeah.
sounds and
And
like
just for
minus
shits and
this much,
giggles.
minus this much, minus this much from my bank account.
Murray wants a new Shanka hat, one of those like floppy cousin Eddie hats, just for shits and giggles. Because hey, he's home, man.
Here's a funny story. I had already imagined that I bought one of those for you, but didn't give it to you yet. Like literally 2 sessions ago, I thought about buying you one.
Cousin Eddie hat, nice. I like that. Yeah.
And it matches
Except
your
the
little
Shankas you buy
bandana.
up here are seal pelt. Not many raccoons or squirrels up here.
But it matches your little bandana.
Yeah. I mean, I could also turn it into a polar bear. So yeah.
Cool.
It is what it is.
So we buy the stuff,
Okay.
and then I guess we go get lodging for the
So you-
evening.
yeah, the one that you were recommended was the White Lady Inn, which is just to the west of the town hall. Also, again, right on the one of the edges of the docks. Seems like all the housing seems to be right against all the main larger housing seems to be closer to the lake edge.
It wasn't so bloody cold as to be perfect property.
So you arrive there, and this is a musty old inn. You enter in, and it's definitely got the sign out front that says the White Lady Inn, and you see this ghostly figure of a woman dressed all in white. As you enter in, you see a halfling kind of prancing around the bar, playing a fiddle, more plucking his fiddle. You hear him regaling the story of of a woman who kind of cast herself into the lake because the husband that she was married to only cared about the money that he earned from her. And it seems like this woman has come back and is haunting the area.
Okay, is this like a song or like a poem?
It doesn't have either, and I'm not writing one.
No, I know. I was just wondering if it
But
was like a song or a
he's kind
poem.
of it's
I
almost
assume it's a ballad.
it's he's literally plucking at the strings, so he's kind of, it's more like a moving poem, not like Jaskier from Witcher, not that level, but it's still telling a story in
Yeah, not quite that
musical,
singy.
almost that low, that almost singy level, but not quite
Okay.
there. It's the musical reading of lyrics almost.
What are the chances I know this particular piece, whatever you want to call it?
Probably not if you've not lived in East Haven at all. You probably have not heard this tale.
Okay,
This
am
is a local tale for sure.
listening intently to this one.
All right, I'll find
You don't have to
something.
actually give it to
that
me.
gives
It's
it-
more for flavor.
Yeah. So yeah, you listen to the song, and it's and eventually he finishes up, and thank you. I am the proprietor of this fine establishment. My name is Ronaldo, and I'll be here all this evening.
Edrin, you keep staring at him like you want to go ask questions.
I'm gonna do that now. I'm gonna go up to him, and, like as he's finishing up, a little aside, and then walk up, still like lightly applauding. That was quite the tale that you spun for us.
It's the it's the story of the inn. I mean, where the inn got its name from. So of course I will sing about it.
Yeah, no, I'm no complaints. I was enthralled. You did quite the performance there. On the level, is the place actually haunted? Do you have a ghost?
I mean, that's what everybody believes, and I am pretty sure that the lady is absolutely waiting out there.
Oh.
In fact, we did a seance not that long ago, and I'm pretty sure that the guests who participated in it got all the answers they were looking for.
Nobody died, I hope.
No.
That's good. Well, we've been recommended the inn for the evening, and yeah, I guess that's about all the questions I have. Do you have any rooms available?
Oh, of course.
Cool.
I believe we have two of our larger rooms are currently available.
I turn to the group and I go, "Is 2 good?" Yeah, okay. 2's good.
It should be enough to house you and your friends.
Mhm.
Very well. I shall check you in, and I'll be doing another performance of that lovely tale this evening.
Oh, wonderful. Do you ever use any other material, or is this kind of just the in-house special?
Well, we told the tale of Oral, but that was more dangerous time. Well, I guess now it's not exactly the safest of times either, but
Yeah, but it was a bit more topical when it was
No.
a thing.
Yeah, we haven't, since we don't know what's going on with the mountain at the moment. There's not been much to sing about with that one.
Well, fair enough.
Will you be needing meals as well?
Oh yeah, I didn't think about that. Probably.
That would be wonderful.
All right, for the entire lot of you, it'll be overnight plus meals. It'll be 15 gold.
Okay.
Charging a Callowit prices, I see.
We need to keep ourselves in business somehow. So he walks back around and grabs a key for each of the rooms and hands them to you. And there you go. Hope you all sit. They'll be right upstairs, rooms 4 and 5, I believe.
Thank you very much. As soon as he walks away, I look at them and I'm like, yeah, I was much more excited when I thought there was an actual ghost here.
Who's to say there isn't?
Well, he did say that they did a seance and some people got answers, so I don't know what that entails, but
Yeah.
that sounds
I'm
like there's a
guessing the
ghost here
answer
to
is that
me.
there's no ghost.
Yeah, I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say the sole proprietor and main entertainment of a one-stop kind of inn like this is probably just a little full of shit, but a nice guy with a decent talent. So, more power to him.
Well, not all ghosts are malicious.
No, we have Liv. He's really nice.
We like this.
Mhm.
Right, don't be too shocked if you hear creaking and groaning and clanking and stuff during the night.
We never are.
That's actually a very fair point. At this point, not being eaten by a troll would be a great comfort.
Yeah, not dying always feels like a good day, which is kind of sad.
So then,
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
oh,
Oh no.
Hang tight, guys.
I'm back.
We lost Sahiri.
Temporarily.
It was the White Lady.
Maybe this place is haunted.
I mean, a
It's
ghost would
haunted.
go for the cleric first.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense.
probably, yeah.
I mean, what happened? What happened the last time a ghost wanted us to do something for them? They dropped a book in front of Zahiri, and there we went.
I
Sure.
mean, the last time a ghost wanted us to do anything, it was Leaf, and he was holding a rag. And
No, it
pointing
was
at
the- no, it
Dusty
was the-
and you're-
No, it was the ghost girl in Candlekeep.
Yeah, you remember when I burned that dude's house down?
Yeah, the arson. Yeah.
Mhm.
What?
What?
He was a bad person.
I'm not gonna
I-
ask. I'm not gonna ask.
Oh, you meant him? Yeah, no, he was a bad person.
Bad person.
Mhm. Yes, he was a bad
Very,
person.
very bad.
And he
mur-
got
murderer.
bad person treatment,
Murderer. Very bad.
and so he got what he deserved. That's my story, and I'm sticking with it.
Your Harpers, I want to ask.
I mean, you can, I'll tell you, but you may not want to.
So the inn is definitely quiet at the moment. You did have some patrons around listening to Ronaldo's story, but for the most part, it's definitely not as raucous as the wet trout was.
Or home cries.
I've got some thinking to do. Can I have one of the keys, please?
Yeah, just don't lock me out.
Yeah. All right. See you guys in the morning.
Night, Murray.
If you draw dicks on my face, I'll kill you. It's a joke, but it's not.
One
Yeah.
time.
2 dicks.
Okay.
It was funny though.
It was funny though.
Uh,
And as soon as he walks away, I'm like, yeah, we went to a party in the summer court the next day, and he was not amused.
Summer cart was amused?
Hmm? Oh,
Was the
yeah.
summer cart amused?
Yes.
How far into the Feywild did you all go?
Yes? I don't know. We spent like a month just. I think I went through like 3 different physical pipes on that vacation. Either by losing them or breaking them. So, I don't remember a ton of the trip. Mostly the antics.
That's a long time to be in the Fey. You're not from there.
Yeah.
Kind of half-ish. I don't really know how the math works out on that one.
I'm from there and I don't know how it works really.
From there?
It's complicated.
Yeah. Welcome to the party. That should be our slogan. It's complicated.
You also that you had you haven't had the best interaction with hags. I mean, I don't know anyone who has, but
Murray had a decent interaction with someone who I could have sworn was a hag, but seemed very nice and very not stabby. Do you guys remember that
Oh.
mushroom lady?
if you've seen hags on our realm, imagine what they're like on their home turf.
Mushroom Lady was a hag?
I don't know. I don't. Eh.
Mushroom Lady-
Powerful.
But nice.
Yeah, that's why I confused.
Mushrooms.
Uh-huh.
Screaming mushrooms?
That's more Murray's thing. Not fun.
I seem to recall she had screaming mushrooms.
Oh, she did have screaming mushrooms.
Yeah, Coco was very traumatized by these screaming mushrooms. They were not good.
There was a lot of things on that trip that were not good. We almost got killed
Honestly,
by grass.
Screaming mushrooms sounds
Yeah.
like the Feywild.
Uh-huh.
But it's been a long time since I've been there. I was
It'll-
very young.
It also seems like something that my dad would do in some sort of twisted gesture to try to get us to eat our vegetables. Yeah, do you see, that doesn't make a lot of sense, does it? And you're a parent.
Your father's from the Feywild?
My dad's a god. So it's complicated than most. Also kind of a dick.
He's Fey?
Eh.
Interesting. Okay. I learn everything I learn about you, Adrian, is very incongruent with each other, but it's interesting.
Mm-hmm. I don't make a lot of sense.
Ronaldo comes out and he says, would you be interested in some stew?
Yes.
That'd be very nice. Thank you.
So he comes out, he brings out, is gone for a little bit and comes out with 4 mostly warm cups or bowls of fish stew.
Thanks.
Enjoy.
I will.
And it's while you're eating, he says, so, what exactly brings you out to this, this neck of the woods, so to speak, but,
Adventuring bullshit.
oh, you're one of
traveling up to the
those.
Unfortunately.
To the spine, you say?
Mm-hmm. Also unfortunately.
I'd say so. It's quite a heavy wind blowing from up there, and keeping things a little cooler than normal. Well, a little cooler than we would like it to be, for sure.
Yeah, but hey, if we fix it, you can update your. You know, you can write a new song.
It depends on what the cause is,
True, fair enough.
and maybe if it's interesting enough, maybe we'll even over embellish it. Cause hey, why not?
I'll have a rough draft for you by the time we get back.
Alrighty then.
Sorry, I didn't introduce myself. Adrian Morningstar.
Pleasure to meet you. As I said, I'm Ronaldo. I'm the newer proprietor of this establishment. I took it over from the previous owner who decided he didn't want to be in the cold any longer.
That feels like a very wise decision. No
Well,
offense.
after the whole oral thing, he was and having to listen to me all the time, I guess. He decided to move along, and he decided he'd give me the inn in his place. It was an interesting choice.
It feels like there might be more behind that decision.
Well, you'd have to ask him. I didn't make it for him.
I mean, that's fair. Any weird stuff happen? I mean, other than the obvious. You know.
I mean, when you have a god who is pissed off at this entire area and nearly freezes everybody to death before she's finally taken down by a group of adventurers, I think he'd had enough.
I meant like smallest scale, but that's a valid response to my stupid question.
I mean, fair, but I mean, as I said, nothing that I know happened other than that. I mean, because it was shortly after that happened that he's like packing up shop and leaving.
Huh. Yeah, I can't really blame him. Running a bar is difficult when there's chaos about. These dog
He's
ghosts is
speaking
helpful.
from experience, by the way, not just saying things.
Sorry. I kind of do both, though, in, I guess, no one's defense. But, yeah, no, we have a tavern that we renovated and kind of live out of. Base of operations style adventurer types that we are. In Waterdeep, or what's left of Waterdeep. We hope it's still there. Smile.
Oh, so Waterdeep's having trouble too.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
What else in this bloody end of the world is not having trouble all of a sudden?
Yeah. Bad
At least-
things coming.
At least that business in outside of Boulder Gate seemed to have taken care of itself.
Which business?
The Elturel disappearing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're still a little shook up about it, but who wouldn't be?
It's best not to meddle with the gods. They have their own set of rules and seem to involve themselves in things. And it always seems to work out the worst for us.
Tell me about it.
Coco kicks you in the ankle.
Ow. What?
Rolls her eyes at you.
What did I do? Wasn't rude.
Enough shit talking the gods in front of the Eric play.
Not that one. Just mine. Deadbeat that he is.
Do you have any recommendations for where we could go in town before we bed down for the night later?
Recommendations as in what? What are you looking to do? See?
Anything.
Buy? No, not.
Eric's like, please get me
I'm
away from
so
these people.
sorry, Marion. Do we not entertain you enough?
No, I just we
Shall I
just-
read you a bedtime
We
story
just
like I
woke up
do
a few
for your
hours ago. I
children?
doubt we want to be sitting in 6 more hours. or
I run a
however
bar.
long.
Day drinking is what we do.
I can't say that there's much really going on in town. I mean, unless you really want to go out and do ice fishing. The ships themselves aren't traveling out over the lake to catch fish, and there's no festivals or celebrations. The market's pretty much been closed down. There's not a lot to do right now.
We could stage a bar fight. Not here, obviously.
I
I say to him.
I do not recommend you trying that with Nemetra at the Wet Trout. She won't put up with that.
No, I would
Now I
imagine
almost
she
want to,
wouldn't.
Adrian.
No, we shouldn't do it there either.
Because if you think it's cold outside, the stare she'll give you will be worse.
Oh. No. I'll get flashbacks to when I piss off Mum. It was just a joke. I'm realizing that I shouldn't make those jokes in front of you either, Neri, and I
Do you
didn't think...
stage bar fights often?
No, but Murray usually thinks it's funny. Sometimes I have to tell him not to do it, and I'm realizing that sometimes now I'm going to have to tell you not to do the things that I make as jokes.
I joke about it, but I sincerely hope I wouldn't ever start an entire brawl.
No.
Well, depends on the situation, but
Yeah, that's fair. Got a library?
so is Murray okay?
Probably.
By the way, he started acting very strange. I don't know you all that
Yeah.
well yet.
He's real cagey when it comes to the actual details of his upbringing and his home life, such as it is. But the limited information that I have gotten out of him under copious amounts of alcohol and other substances is he became like a goblin king at one point, and I think he had to crush someone bodily to do it. Then he just kind of said, "All right, now play nice, kids," and left. And I think the goblin encampment was somehow next to and somehow became sort of connected to and congruous with his village. It's all very hazy.
And his knives make him cranky.
His knives do indeed make him quite cranky.
All right. So, Murray's kind of up in the room. You guys are kind of just hanging around the bar. Well, the inn itself, it's not really bar. So I think at this point we're going to take that our longer break here. That's kind of our midpoint break. And this will also include the ad break as well. So we'll hang out here for a couple minutes, guys, and we'll be back shortly and continue on. So see you guys in a little bit, and we'll be right back.
I peed, and I have no more snacks. Yep.
All right, welcome back, everybody, and I'm sure you all just heard that. Lovely.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Nice one.
Yeah. Well, all right. So anyway, we'll have one more break for the night before we finish. So just keep that in mind. It'll be in about 50 minutes, and then we'll keep going from there. So anyway, everybody is currently at the inn, somewhere within the inn. Murray's up in the room. Everybody else is kind of hanging around the common area, as they were just having a nice little chat with Ronaldo. What are you guys doing now? It's about midday.
Well, Narian's bored, so what do you want to do?
Oh, I'm not bored. I'm following you all here. I'm not.
Oh. Well, that's unproductive, because I'm indecisive, so.
Maybe we should go back and talk to that tiefling.
Mm. See, Harry, what do you want to do today?
Be prepared for tomorrow morning.
We did that.
See if there's anybody mentioning anything, particularly an increase in undead activity or people not staying dead.
Lead the way, boss lady.
Because I think that might become a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe more people die. I'm not entirely certain.
Either way, it sounds like an us issue.
Well, we're attempting to deal with that.
Mhm.
We need to find the sword.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps talking to some of the people who have most recently been to the spine. And why that dude just left his inn to that guy.
Mm-hmm.
Other than it's cold.
We should find out if he knows where that particular gentleman went. And if perhaps he may have left a sending stone behind that we could annoy him with.
And tieflings are rare everywhere. The amount of tieflings here is odd.
2.
It's 50% more than we expected.
Fair.
Okay. So where are you guys? Are you heading to the inn? Are you talking to Ronaldo? What are you guys doing?
Do they have a temple here? Maybe that if they worship any gods here, maybe we could go there and see if there are any other clerics that we could speak to about it. If that's what we're worried about.
Could always schmooze the people at the front of the town hall, you know, the secretarial kind of jobs. They know all the gossip. Because the bartender at the last place wasn't particularly gossipy.
The tiefling
More.
might be.
That's a good point.
Divide and conquer?
Haven't died yet.
Okay.
So I vote Sahiri and I go talk to the tiefling and you schmooze around the city hall.
We should let
Okay.
Murray know what we're doing.
That's a good idea.
I'm just gonna fiddle with the glasses that I lost in the move and cast oh crap, where'd it go? Message upstairs to Murray and relay what we're doing.
Yeah. Okay.
Done.
Don't kill anybody. But if you do, make sure you eat the bodies to hide the evidence.
I'll spare you his response.
Okay. So Sahiri and Coco, you guys are heading back to the Wet Trout. You open the door and you're greeted by the Dragon Door proprietor again. Ah, you two again. Where are the rest of your friends, and what brings you back here? Oh, excuse me.
Tight.
Sorry.
Coco glances around. Is the tiefling still there?
Yep.
Excellent.
We're just trying to understand what's happening here. So we can be better prepared to go into the spine.
Well, if you do that, I'd be making a lot more money than I am, that's for sure.
Coco orders more fish.
All
To
right
eat.
away.
Thank you. Coco will actually eat the fish as opposed to tucking it away in pockets. But sort of bring the plates of fish over and sort of casually sit by the tiefling to eat the fish. Be like,
Okay. So she brings out the fish and you just start eating away at it.
okay.
Siri, what are you doing?
Turns to the tiefling. Hello.
What exactly are you?
I'm Coco. She holds out a wing
Hey,
or a hand to shake.
Coco, what? Okay.
This is Sahiri. And kind of.
The name's Scython. What can I do for you? You two are
It's odd.
exceedingly out of place here.
Yes. Yes. It's odd to see another tiefling.
Here, up here, yeah. Oh, yeah. Not many of us around up here.
Now, there were more in Waterdeep.
No, most of them were down in Baldur's Gate after escaping from El Terrell. Well, being forced out of El Terrell, but that's a whole other story.
Yeah, well, everybody's forced out of Waterdeep too, so.
That
times.
doesn't bode well.
No. What brings you up here to this?
Brings me up here. I've been up here for ages. Isn't that right, Demetra? Can't get rid of them.
Fair. We're about to take a journey into the spine.
Oh, brave adventuring types, are you? You and your friends climbing the mountain, solving all of the Dale's problems.
Less about the Dale's problems, more about the world's problems.
Oh, that sounds ominous.
Potentially. Probably not. I'm not sure. I don't have a
people are
lot of
up here.
information.
We've already dealt with this cold business before, but it's different. This is coming from the peaks, whereas the whole Arl stuff was coming out further up north along the they were talking about the Netheril or whatever. I don't know. It's whole thing's a daggone mess again.
Does this happen a lot up here?
Well, now the fact that it's happened twice in a couple of years, it's a little more common than we like, but nobody quite knows what's going on. I've heard people talk about dragons. I've heard people talk about Orals coming back to exact her revenge on the adventurers that took her down. I've heard that it's an angry spirit wreaking havoc along the mountain. There's no telling what it is anymore. We just know that most of the people who tried going up there haven't come back.
Well, if they're dead, they're not going to come back. Well,
No, not at this point.
I don't think so.
Even if they were, I don't think they'd be moving very fast, if you know what I mean.
The zombies, well, some zombies move fast. Some don't. Some are big.
Very
Some
big.
skeletons are huge and creepy.
All creepy.
I mean, there's always other possibilities as well as things. I mean, there was a Durgar all around and threatening to take out the Dale as well, and I don't know if they were.
Yeah, I don't think it's related to that.
You never know, those underground dwellers, they can do some weird things.
I think it's related to the water deep trouble.
Oh, that'd be quite unfortunate for all of us.
We're trying. It's a tough time.
I don't know, it's too much else what's going on around here, but be careful up there. This place is
Thank you.
dangerous right now.
Yes. We will try. Don't much care for the cold, but I have a job to do.
And at least at this point, people aren't under the full impression that it is Arl, because last time that happened, there were some, boy, people went native and were starting to sacrifice people in her name.
That's unfortunate. Hopefully Oral, well, if Oral's dead, what happens to a god when they die?
That's above my pay grade.
A lot of existential crisis, I think. Well,
I feel
it was
like
nice
most of
meeting
the
you.
time when one of those gods die, that something happens and they come back anyway, so it really doesn't matter what happens.
True.
I'm back.
What's up?
Wow.
Eh.
No, but
Mishra's
hopefully
done
we
it
get to
half a
find that
dozen
out.
times. So, well, if you ever find out what has actually happened, feel free to stop back. I'd love to hear the tale.
Absolutely. We'll let you know.
You work here?
In a manner of speaking.
So no?
I don't work for the inn. We'll put it that way.
No, here to the town.
Oh, in East Haven? Oh, yeah, I've been here forever.
I'm sure our friend Adrin would love to get your story at some point.
Yeah, it's only if I'm willing to tell it.
Well, I'm not sure the impression he made today, but he's a good guy.
Take your word for it. If you don't mind, I got a pint to go back to if you got no other questions.
Nope. Enjoy.
All right. So he kind of goes back to his ale, and again, the Rockets crowd is still as lively as they were earlier in the day. Probably a little bit more so than it's midday. The sun's at least out and a little bit warmer than would be, but people are kind of just inside as much as they can. So, anything else you guys want to do there? Okay. All right.
Finish our food and eventually go back to find Adrin
Okay,
and
so,
Narian. Eventually.
Adrin and Aaron, you guys are heading off to Town Hall to start, correct?
As we're walking, Adrin is like pulling out a little, and he's like munching as they're walking on the fish, taking little bits. It's not spoiled if it was today.
No.
He does this a lot. I just don't usually say it. He just like walks around snacking.
All right, so you come up to the town hall. It's a rather large building. Nothing special about it. other than the size comparatively. You enter inside, and there's a man sitting behind a desk. And it's got a slide on it that says Speaker Whalen.
Is there a chair in front of the desk?
As you kind of enter, the man stands up and says, "Oh, welcome. What can I do for you? I'm Speaker Dennis Whalen. I'm a speaker for East Haven. What can I do for you?"
Not a whole lot. Just kind of trying to see what the word is around town. I know everything's nice and, well, not so nice and chilly. Wondering if you have any inkling as to why, maybe the official story or anything.
If there was something official, I'd love to know it, but I have no idea what's going on. This cold just came out of nowhere the last fortnight.
The last fortnight. Okay. Any... Go.
Sorry, Edwin.
No.
Oh, we intend to travel up, which we know is dangerous, but there's something we need up there.
We're crazy
Is
like
there-
that.
Are there any warnings that you would give us? if we intend to do
Other
something?
than the obvious.
Keep your eyes peeled. Watch out for the frostbite. And I hope you packed an extra pair of underwear because you're probably going to need it.
For the
But
cold
besides
or
the-
because I'm going to piss myself?
Yeah.
A little from column A, a little from column B.
Yes.
Okay, so what exactly up there is going to scare me so badly?
What you?
I'm from
can't
Candlekeep. I'm a bit far from home.
What
Sorry
you
if I had
can't
dumb questions.
See within the blowing of the snow across the mountain range.
We've hired a guide to take us up there, and besides the cold, though, is there anything in particular that's been strange lately?
I mean, just the wind and the cold from the mountain, and it looks like it's specifically coming from the main peaks. But aside from that, we have no idea what's up there.
Huh. Any other adventurers coming through town and heading up that way? Anyone come back recently?
There's been no real adventures. There's been the adventure-seeking type, not really adventures. They're more thrill seekers who are looking to climb the mountain, and they didn't come back.
Oh. That can't be good for business, huh?
Now it does tend to put a damper on things.
Yeah, it would, wouldn't it?
We have a cleric in our group who's information. So we all. Do you have any temples in the town that we could?
There's an
Go to.
old there's an old temple to Tempest. We haven't had a priest there in a while, so I don't know if that's still it's still there and it's still kept up, but there's nobody really managing it.
Do you know of any clerics in the town?
No, nobody notable, at least not right now.
Who's the town healer? Or medic? Or apothecary?
We have some well, now they think about it, we usually have traveling healers moving through the 10 towns, but we don't have anybody specifically housed here.
Hmm.
I mean, most people come into the inn and get some basic rest and heals, and
Potions and simples, yeah.
some bandages here and there, but nothing like if you're looking for like people who can do magic. I don't really think we have much in the way of that here right now. And
What
if
about
they
any
do,
of the
they're
other
probably keeping
towns?
themselves.
What about the other towns? Do you?
Again, we have some traveling healers. We haven't had one here in a while, so maybe in some of the larger towns. It's just, I mean, we're large here, but nothing that big.
Quick aside. You said that if they did have magical powers, they would probably be keeping it to themselves. Is there a particular reason that one would want to do that?
I have no idea why they would want to do that. Maybe they don't want to be bothered. I don't know. But we don't have anybody designated as a town healer.
One would think that would
Understood.
be wise.
And your best bet for that is probably going to be Bryn Shandar. But that's
Is that
that's
close to here?
that's it is. It is. They gave me a total here to Bryn Shandar. It is about 7.5 hour travels on a normal time. Right now, it's probably more of a full day's travel to get there.
Oof.
We appreciate your willingness to share what information you had.
Well, if you have any other questions, I'd be happy to answer them. Or if there's anything else you come up with as you are traveling, or any information you're able to provide, I will gladly take anything you can provide.
Anything we come back with, we'll be sure. For the rest of the day while we are in town, if something, in the rare event that anything does come up that seems to need the adventure-y, magic-y types to solve.
I do have one question. We hired Ruddy Two Fingers as our guide. Is he reliable?
I mean, he's reliable as just about anybody else, but he's the one that's been up and down the mountains more than anybody else.
See, this is why we go for the crazy ones, Nary. It
Thank
seems
you.
stupid, but it works.
I mean, just because he's got 2 fingers on each hand left doesn't mean, he's still got 4 total fingers. He could still participate as much as he needs to in the meantime. If he loses both of those or one of his thumbs, he's in big trouble.
Got enough to eat. He's got enough to tell you when he's mad. I think he's all set.
But as I said, as of right now, you probably won't find anybody more reliable. Characteristics aside, but
We're a weird bunch too. It's fine. But yeah, like I said, if you need anything, we are staying at
The White Lady.
the White Lady. Sorry, I was checking.
Ah.
Okay.
tell Ronaldo I said hello.
I will. Have a good day.
You as well.
Thanks. And then I extra bundle back up before we go outside.
Okay, so you guys head outside.
Well, we learned nothing that will help us while we're in this town.
Mm-mm. I was kind of expecting a bigger to do. You know how I guess maybe you don't. I don't know how the town hall situation works where you live, but in Waterdeep, it's a whole big to do. There's lines you have to wait in, and then you talk to this person, and then if you get through to this person, you have to go wait in a line and talk to this person, and if you get through that person, maybe eventually you actually get something
Yeah,
done.
I don't know which city is worse about that, Neverwinter or Waterdeep, but I have a feeling they're both pretty bad.
Oh, okay, so you do know how it works. I was hoping that we could just schmooze someone along that chain of bureaucratic bullshit, but there was one dude.
I don't really tend to interact with the bureaucracy. I can't even say that word right now. Sorry, my
No,
bureaucracy.
that is okay. Save yourself the immeasurable headaches. Trust me,
It's
just
too
don't.
cold. It's too cold to think.
That's valid. Where are we going next? Temple?
Well, there isn't one really, so I would guess we just go find Coco and Sahiri, see what they
Hmm.
learned.
Well, that'll go well. Okay.
We all just group up and we're like, we learned nothing.
Mary's like, so what'd you guys learn? We're like, jack shit. What about you?
One of the other towns has all the information we might need, potentially,
Smile.
but it's a day away.
So you guys head back towards the inn, and you do meet up with Sahiri and Coco.
Hey guys, how'd it go? Ah, grins from Coco. That's always a good sign. That's not sarcasm this time.
Nobody knows anything.
Yeah, that's kind of where we wound
learned
up to.
that the only place there might be temples with actual clerics is Bryn Shander, and that's a day away from here.
We did learn that during the oral thing, somebody sacrificed people.
That's fun. Sacrifices to
So-
appease a god. That sounds lovely.
Healthy.
I gather it did not work.
No. Probably not. As most gods don't really care about that. They care about what they care about, and then nothing else. I'm not mad, you're mad.
Daddy issues? What?
Shut up, you're upstairs.
He just yells it from upstairs.
I just like hear it in my head, and I'm like, when did you learn message? Get out.
Or was there anything else you were doing?
Brooding.
Murray was mostly just trying to make sense of things, thinking about dragons, what his town does in a crisis, what could be so bad that they would leave. And then it dawned on him. And maybe they didn't. Maybe they're still there. Maybe they've warded. Because Murray wasn't around for the whole oral thing. Yeah. And Murray will root through closets, find some fuzzy slippers, shuffle around for 5-10 minutes until he hears everybody coming back, and then shuffles his way downstairs in his fuzzy slippers.
Oh, you found them?
Yeah. They might not have left.
Hmm?
They might be where I think they are.
The slippers?
No, my village.
Oh, context, Murray.
So too many people follow me, and I'm gonna shuffle in my fuzzy slippers back up to my room.
As we're following him, I lean to Neri and I'm like, I bought those all the way back in Candlekeep. You would not believe how long.
You know, maybe we should all go up to our rooms anyway. Take a moment. Maybe take the rest of today to relax, since we're going to be trekking out in the snow for a few days. Might be worth doing.
I could go for a nap.
I've got Coco.
We all run upstairs.
I like stop and look at Coco and then run.
No, I'll just walk upstairs.
So you guys head upstairs to Murray's room. No, I guess
Yeah,
Murray and Andrew's room.
I just thought of what I said. Hey Coco, cannibalism, enjoy. Actually, would it be auto cannibalism? Anyway, so I know
Coco
I've been
happily
kind of
indulges in the
scarce.
cannibalism.
I've been kind of scarce with information about where I'm from and all this. I mean, I didn't plan on going back.
Yes, one might call you a bit.
It's been 100 years. I mean,
Would it help if other people shared traumatic memories?
yeah, it's
Don't play that game with him. He always wins.
yeah. I'm kind of mad I gave away my crown, but It's a nice place. There's
Like Murray nice
special
or like
way-
everyone else nice?
oh, I mean, you
Okay.
get jaded. You get jaded to where you grew up, you know.
Yeah, until you go into
But
the tip freezing north.
Coco shrugs
There
because no,
was-
she doesn't know.
there was only one way to find my home, and they're rocks. They're called Inukshuk, where different shapes mean different things,
Mhm.
and you use them almost like sights. A square one and a post, you line them up, that's the direction you go. If there's one that's like this, it means don't go that way because probably dragon or bears or something. That's why I asked Two Fingers if he knew the stones. He's the only reason why I'm second guessing this. But my town is run by druids, and in
Sure.
times of crisis, they can become invisible.
Neat.
But usually only to the distant observer. You got to be within a mile of my home to see it. I don't know if Two Fingers just didn't bother, if he knew about it, or if they've actually picked up and moved.
Well, you can ask him tomorrow.
Yeah. There's a lot of people like me. I'm just going to warn you right now. A lot of people like me.
Do you mean like
So,
big and slightly hairy, or do you mean like
big and hairy.
Okay.
And druidy.
that's fine?
But this doesn't come easy. I'm scared. If they moved, they've
Bad.
been there for centuries. They travel inward, not away.
What could have caused them to move? If they did leave, is what we should be worried about. So I understand your fear. Druids don't pick up and leave easily like that.
It could be that maybe the archdruids have found a way to make themselves invisible. Maybe not. That's why I want to go there.
Okay.
I know we got to find the sword.
Well, it's on the way. It's not really much of an ask.
Where we are now, we don't even have any idea where the sword is, except that it's in the spine. Any
Yeah.
location could stay in the spine.
The
Is
spine
extremely helpful.
crosses the entire continent from
Okay.
east to west. I hope we don't have to go to the Great Worm Crossing in case, or the Great Worm Cave just in case, but
You know, I
if
hate
they're
to be the one to
hiding-
point this out, but don't dragons usually keep hoards? And if we're looking for a magical sword, it could very well be in the hoard of a dragon.
Yeah, but why you gotta say it out loud though?
Have any of you dealt with a white dragon before?
No.
No.
They're dangerous.
Yeah, the
They're
word
more
dragon.
dangerous than
Okay.
most of them.
Oh.
They hunt and they
They're-
kill.
From what I've heard, they're
They're
very
be-
primal.
They're more
bestial.
animalistic. They can't be reasoned with necessarily.
Oh.
Black dragons, they torture.
Why is that one
White
necessary
dragons,
to add to the list?
white dragons kill for fun.
Oh, contrast. Got it.
it's called a Great Worm Cavern because the dragon that's said to live there is just that, a great worm.
Very, very old. Very, very powerful.
Very, very big.
Okay. So hopefully we'll see it coming.
Mostly,
well, hopefully we don't see it coming and then it doesn't come.
We'll hear it before we see it.
you'll
guys-
feel it before you see it.
This is the worst pep talk I've ever been a part
The-
of.
Sorry, I'm just
The
pointing out.
older-
If you read, you can hear their wings long before you can see them coming.
I know.
The problem is white dragons. It sounds like a blizzard, a wind coming in from the north,
I mean, like this one.
constant, which means you won't hear it coming anymore.
Oh,
I've heard their wings described as the sound of leather being tossed on the wind.
Wait until you're out on the Great Sheet. Constant wind.
Yeah, Adrian, this pep talk is getting worse. You're right.
I'll try to get us where we need to be, but I feel like I'd like to start where they were. Because if they did pick up and leave, they might have left some indication as to where they went.
okay.
I don't think they can shift planes.
And that's where we go first.
Wouldn't that be a neat trick?
God, can you imagine hundreds of me in the Feywild?
I don't think I want to. I don't think I want to imagine hundreds of you.
I feel
Hundreds
like
of
the
people like you, sure, but you? No.
I feel like the Archdruids might be able to help us.
Well, if what Two Fingers told us is true, he can get us close, and then you the rest of the way
Yeah.
there.
So here's a question, Mary. How willing are you to allow Two Fingers to join us at your village, should we come to it? Because we do kind of have an obligation. We hired him to get us a place. Presumably, we want to keep him as safe as possible.
Everyone is welcome in Kanatakan.
Cool.
Everybody. We accept everyone.
That's all I needed to hear.
There's traders. We've had dealings with Icewind Dale. We've had dealings with the 10 towns. We're not insular by any
That's fine.
definition, which is why them not being there anymore is a problem.
I just know druids are very secretive sometimes. So I wanted to ask because I didn't want to assume.
Yeah. You'll all be welcome if we can
Especially with-
find them.
Especially with that thing on your hip.
I feel like I'm more prepared for it this time, but the need outweighs my want to not touch them ever again.
Hmm.
But between Two Fingers and I think we'll be okay. We'll get there. I can't just fly us there anymore, which I don't like.
Is that because of the winds?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's what they said. We can't fly because the winds are too oppressive.
And as a little cloud, it would disperse us across. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Not my spell. I don't really fully get it. So
Don't underestimate the cold. Don't underestimate the wind. Eat even if you're not hungry. Drink if you're not thirsty.
Don't gotta tell
eat
me
the
twice.
yellow snow. Just Trust
I
me
think
on
that
it.
one's a given.
Yeah.
No matter who tells you, no matter how trustworthy they are, it's not lemon. That's also a warning for my village. Just don't.
Do you believe I got Garvin to fall for that twice as a kid?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So it's getting
We'll be okay.
it's getting definitely later in the day.
Do you guys want to
Get your
like
sleep.
play Dragon Chess or something? I don't know.
There's you guys
Get
hear a
sleep.
knock at your door.
Sure, why not?
It said mealtime it'll be soon.
Specific. Thanks. I guess I like put the little board, put the pieces back in the board, fold it up, and we'll go play down there.
Yeah. Let's have some fun while we can. It's gonna suck for a while. But we'll have shelter. We'll be okay. I'll confer with Two Fingers tomorrow. How close
this-
he got to the old site.
At this point, is you telling us it's okay more for you than us? Because you've said it about 6 times.
Yeah.
It's gonna be okay, Murray. We got you. Even if you get mad and try to punch me again.
That won't happen. You know to give me space. Trust me. If you wake up tomorrow morning and I'm glaring at you, you'll know. Just
Yeah.
give me space. Oh yeah, Narian.
To broach the Loxodon in the room.
These daggers make me grumpy, but very strong. I don't use them unless I absolutely feel I need to. So don't poke the bear. Literally and figuratively.
No matter how much fun it is.
I may literally be a bear.
Yeah.
Normally, I wouldn't condone the use of such objects, but we are unfortunate, as I've come to understand, facing down a lich. So we need probably all the strength we can get.
As Harpers,
Yep.
we can't always use lawful means to meet our ends, but the goal is good.
Which reminds me, if you want to hear a story about the time I burned a guy's house down.
As Harpers, there are spies among us, but we usually do follow the law when it's not corrupt.
Therein lies the inherent firebug.
Sometimes you gotta pop a goblin's head like a grape. And I walk out the door and I go and get ready for food.
Wait, we're already downstairs. You walk outside to get ready for
Are
food?
you?
Yeah.
Oh no, dude, Murray is so in his head. He probably just walked outside and
And then
shuffles back
realized
He
it.
shovels back in. It's
he
cold out there.
shuffles back in with the footy, like his fuzzy slippers. We were already downstairs.
Mm-hmm. It's your move, by the way.
All right, see if I can kick your ass.
So
What are we, 20-0 me?
So you guys
Pretty
are brought
much.
out more stew, and it's again fish stew. Seems to be that's up what's easiest and cheapest on the menu for you guys. The night progresses on. The inside of the inn is cool, but not uncomfortably so. Like you could sit in there and not get cold. It's not the indoors that you've been used to.
Oh, that's fine. We still chose the table closest to the fireplace.
Yeah, the fireplace can give off heat, but it's even that it still only gives off so much that helps.
Cool. So I'm closer to it. Basically, as close as I can be without being on fire.
Yes. So, you enjoy the meal. You sit down, you play some dragon chess, and it's not much traffic in and out of the inn, as you do know that there's no other guests currently staying in here that you know of. There's been none that have come in since you guys have checked in. And most of the people go to the taverns, not to the inns for it hasn't stopped Ronaldo from putting on his second encore of his performance, and you get a few people who've walked in and kind of roll their eyes but still sit down anyway.
I want to
Seems like-
insight check this performance. I want to does he literally believe everything that he's singing, or is it just all?
Go for it.
I want to give
Blowing.
him notes on his performance, like help him do it better. I don't care if he believes it.
Where is my insight +9? Let's go. 25 insight. Is this just a bard barding?
He there. You feel like he's pulling nuggets of truth, at least from the stories. So he's not like lying to himself, but it's definitely the embellishments of typical artists.
He's telling a legitimate folktale just in a more flowery way.
Yeah, he definitely over embellishes some of the stuff with it. So, but aside from that, you don't get anything. No, like outright lying of any kind at this point.
This guy's pretty good.
Yeah, not bad.
So the night winds down. You see, the performance ends. Ronaldo finishes his performance, of course. You guys realize it's late and you should probably get some sleep.
Right as it looks like Murray has Adrian like about to be in check, that's when Adrian's like, "Oh, right, I think that's about enough for me."
Murray glares at you.
You catch a grin as I put it away.
We're going to finish this one day.
Oh, you're gonna remember where all the pieces are.
And with that, going into the nighttime, we are going to go into our final break for the night. So we're going to take about 5 minutes, guys. We'll be back. Hang tight, and then we'll finish out the night. And hope you guys see you in a few. So see you in a bit. All right, and we are back, guys. So that will be our last break of the evening as we're going to finish up here, head into the night before we move on. So, yeah, so the party kind of gets to their rooms, has eaten for the night, kind of wind their way down, and everybody heads back to their room. Is anybody doing anything at night, or is everybody going to just try and get a good night's sleep?
Yeah, Murray knows what's coming. He's gonna get as much shut eye as he can.
I'm gonna use my sending stone and message Shay, but other than that, I'll go to sleep. I just send her a message, go to sleep.
Okay.
Nothing else than that.
The usual, letting them know you're okay.
Yeah, just updates.
Okay. Anybody else, or is that it?
Probably talk to my mom for like an hour just to annoy Murray a little bit. And then go to bed.
Okay.
Oh, you get the usual say hi to your mom for me.
Yeah.
So, you guys curl up into bed. It's a chilly night. You're able to keep, just from your body heat alone underneath the blankets, are able to at least stay average temperature so you don't freeze overnight, but it's definitely chilly. But you guys get a sound sleep overnight, and you guys wake up in the morning. Again, it's cold, it's frigid. The fire has been stoked and kept all night down in the main area, so that the lobby is still at least comfortable enough to stay in.
Murray puts out his produced flame when he actually gets to the warm part of the inn. Okay, there we go.
You have to like unwrap Adrian from his like blanket burrito first thing in the morning.
No, I just grab you by your foot and bring the whole burrito down the stairs with me. I don't know. You're short enough compared to me that I can just pick you up.
That's true. Eh.
Murray hasn't had his coffee. He's probably a little. Oh, actually, speaking of if Murray is grumpy or not, with save.
Oh yes,
Oh no, I've put myself in a particular position to get Hulk smashed
good
around.
roll. Good
Thank God.
Murray
roll.
is not grumpy.
Yay!
No grumpy
But
pants
here's-
druid to start the day.
But here's what sucks about that. I don't benefit from the superpowers of the blades unless I'm grumpy. I
That's
think that's the way it is. It's the rage. No,
Nope.
never mind. Okay. Oh, cool, sweet. So it's just early morning grumpy.
Correct. So, breakfast looks like it's ready. It's some sort of porridge. As you guys get to it, it seems like it may have been done in a fish broth. So it's a little heartier than you're
That's
expecting.
just unnecessary.
By the time you guys all wake up, it seems that Narian's already been up for a bit because trance, so wasn't asleep as long as you guys.
Damn
so,
elves.
Yeah.
I know you don't have to sleep, but do you like ever just try it? It's kind of great.
At home, usually.
Fair enough. So today's the day, huh?
So you guys finish breakfast and you hear the door kind of open, and in walks Two Fingers.
Good morning.
Morning, Two Fingers.
I already went
Good morning,
outside today.
Yolantzi. You all ready to go?
It depends on your definition
Guys,
of
I
ready,
think it might
but
be
yeah,
colder than it
more-
was yesterday. By the way, I already went out there today. So just be prepared for that.
Hey,
It's
Two
going to be a
Fingers.
brisk one.
How do you feel about polar bears?
I want to see his reaction to this.
Who? 3 fingers? 2 fingers?
Two
Sorry, not
fingers,
three
yeah.
Fingers, yeah.
You can find out if you want, or you can wait and do it later. It's like polar bears, they're the least of our worries.
Okay. That's nice. We have a guide that isn't going to try to kill me if I turn into something useful.
Mm-hmm. Does that mean I have to leave the burrito? Okay.
I mean, I could turn you into a sled and just drag you,
No, that's fine. I just, you know.
but I think you'd have to pay him for those sheets.
Yeah, I like go back upstairs and like fold all the blankets and put them on the bed and come back down with my stuff.
Hey, Two Fingers. How close to the old village did you get? Did you get
I've-
within the warding range?
I've gone past it, so
Within a mile
yeah, absolutely.
and
Okay.
nothing.
Nothing I saw.
Yeah. So either the druids figured out how to ward even better, or they're actually gone. Okay.
Well, you did say that most of the markers are buried, didn't you?
Snow, that happens.
Well, yeah, but if the snow is high enough, maybe he couldn't see them because they are protected underneath a layer of snow and ice. Think positive.
The markers themselves aren't warded. They're literally just stones that are stacked.
I know, but if the snow is tall enough, who's to say that
Fair.
your people aren't safe under the ice? Think positive is my point. It's too
That's
early
fair.
for you to be giving terrible pep talks.
That's not a terrible pep talk. It's called pragmatism.
I know. I'm just heading you off at the pass before you start with the terrible pep talks like yesterday.
Hey, I'm in a good mood today. So
That's probably why I'm still alive.
Yeah, we'll see how long that lasts for.
Oh, great.
yeah, we will tomorrow morning.
So what do you do for fun, Two Fingers, since we're going to be hanging out for a while? We can chit-chat while we walk.
Pulls us. I play the lute, and he pulls out a little lute.
I gotta see this.
I love this man so much.
Is he good? I need to know.
Oh no,
Like, please tell me he's good.
not a loot.
Let's find
If
out.
you're gonna roll for this, I'm just gonna automatically burn the 2 points. I want him to be good at this.
He's above average,
Fantastic.
Okay.
so he's not great. He's not terrible. He's not like screeching your eyes out, but
Is it a
you've heard
two-string
worse.
Yeah, how many strings are on his lute? Is it a normal one or is it modified?
Yep.
Wait, it's modified?
No,
Or
it's
normal?
normal.
Oh. So he's like playing at the level of slightly
Very
above
skilled.
average with a very significant handicap.
Yes.
All right, we're friends now.
You know what? I think this has to happen. Two Fingers, you're gonna play the lute while we leave this town while riding a polar bear.
Just go with it.
Sounds like my kind of party.
I knew we liked you.
Oh, this guy. And I go out, and as soon as I hit the cold air, boom, I wall chip into a polar bear, and I just sit and wait.
How long is he going to be a polar bear?
I don't know, probably as long as he wants. And I jab him with the pin.
Okay, well then, if you guys will give me a few minutes, 10 minutes, I'll cast Find Steed and
Okay.
Oh,
summon a Fey Elk.
right. Paladin.
I will use Find Steed and I will summon a Fey Elk.
Okay.
That could probably carry me and Coco, potentially. Probably, if it's me, probably just me. If it probably could carry 2 people.
Dude. It's an elk that's the size of a moose. Dude, okay, dude. You're now Murray's best friend.
And it's green.
An elk is a large beast.
Eh,
So
is
it can
awesome.
carry, yeah, usually you plus 1 other one other person, I believe. Now it'll be probably about half its speed by doing that, but
Oh yeah.
it's got 50 feet of movement.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, significantly less of an encumbrance than it would be for us.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay. Then.
well,
Coco's also pretty speedy. Like if you need her to
Oh,
walk,
that's
she
true,
could walk.
yeah. Adrin,
huh?
get on.
Oh, I get to ride on the green reindeer.
Yeah, Coco's got a 40 walking speed, so she's pretty decent.
Hey man, we're keeping up with our tradition of never leaving a town in a normal manner.
At this point, it
en-
really is.
Or entering a town in a normal manner.
No, at this point, it really is tradition for us. We can't do
polar
anything
bear
the right way.
The polar bear can probably carry Sahiri in 2 fingers. Or
Yeah. I mean, polar bears are kind of lumbery, but yeah.
He's a dwarf. He can sit in her lap.
So you guys start heading. It looks like from coming out of the inn, you guys are heading southeast, east by southeast, following along the roads, and eventually there's the houses start thinning out a little bit more, and you see a trail start leading out of the town, further towards the mountain range itself. The wind is definitely pick up as you guys have exited the town itself, as there's no real protection from it. This is the trees are not as plentiful as they are in like a normal forest or mountain range. These are either they've been blown down or they just haven't grown out here because of the cold. So even your typical evergreens don't get a lot out here.
We're getting into tundra territory now.
Yep. Well, this whole area was pretty much built on tundra. But you guys slowly start making your way along what little path you guys can see. Two Fingers is kind of pointing Murray in directions of which way to kind of follow, and eventually you can kind of he jumps off and he says, the way up here from here on is probably getting a little craggy. I don't know how well your bears or your mount's going to work, weight wise or size wise, go along these crags.
Great.
Yeah. I'll pull the pin out. Murray.
Now, you'll be able to do it again later, but for the early parts of this is a windy kind of pathway that leads up the edge of the mountain. I'd highly, and you kind of see him pull out a hammer and says, you're going to want to tie yourselves off. And he kind of hits some pitons into the sides of the mountain as he kind of walks and has the rope tied around him that he slides around.
All right. I'll be the anchor. I'll stay in the back. If anybody falls, I can take the slack of the rope.
Sitting along the edge of these crags, the wind isn't as bad as it seems to literally be coming from the top of the mountain itself, whereas you're kind of on a slight face and you're kind of protected a little bit from it. You don't have the sun on you, so it's still chilly because of that, but it's not as bitter with the wind not biting at your face as often as it has. You progress on for a while. As you're walking, though, you hear the ground rumble a little bit as it looks like a giant boulder is starting to roll off the edge of the cliff. I need everybody to make me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh no.
But I'm so good at those.
Anyone within 10 feet of me, I believe, has +4. So I don't know who would all be radius as we're climbing. Are we already climbing, or are we just about to?
So you're tied in with the pitons already and the
Okay.
rope. So you guys have progressed on for a little while already. This boulder's kind of gone as you've kind of made your way through.
So if I'm in the middle, there's probably only 2 people that are getting my ability. Should we say what order we were in?
Coco would have volunteered to go first.
Looking
'Cause
at these
she's the lightest?
rolls, I don't think it's
I
going to
haven't
make a
rolled yet.
huge difference.
Okay, that's
other
fair.
than yours.
Murray's the anchor. He's at the back.
And then
Yeah, I'm fine. I thought I was. My die was cocked on my screen and it was a 3. I was like, oh, great. It was actually a 16, so I'm fine.
Okay, well, everybody seemed to have managed to pin themselves against the wall and avoid the boulder, except for Sahiri.
Oh no.
Sahiri, you take. Wow, that's a really crappy roll. You take 15 points of bludgeoning damage, and I need you to make a strength save, please.
Add a d4 to that.
Okay, that
Makes it a
actually
17.
that actually made a difference. As you felt yourself getting knocked off by the boulder, but as you're kind of falling, you managed to grab onto the edge of the ledge and pull yourself back up. So you still take the damage, but you didn't get knocked off.
Yay.
You okay?
I told you there were more dangers than just the cold.
Even the mountain doesn't want me doing this.
Also,
but
watch your
fuck the
step.
mountain.
One slip of your foot, and you can go down too. So, just watch your way. Don't worry though. This pathway should end up soon. We should be able to open up a little bit more into a little more flat area of the mountain. So you guys progress on a little further on, and after about 15 to 20 minutes, you guys finally, the ground starts to the ledge starts to spread open a little bit more to where you have a little more ground space. You don't have to worry about falling. The Two Fingers stops putting the pitons into the wall, and he eventually starts making his way and pulling you guys into this more open area. As you kind of come out, the wind picks up as you're a little bit more open area. There's snow blowing all over the place, creating this just hard to see, just tundra ahead of you. Your visibility is probably only about 15 feet ahead of you, as all the winds are swirling snow around. It's a visual mess to be able to see.
Sir Edmund Hillary climbing Everest all over again.
You see Two Fingers looks like he's kind of following along something. He's pointing his hand out at different angles as he's kind of progressing up, as like he seems to just kind of know his way up.
Yeah, I have a produce flame going at all times, so at least there's a little bit of a beacon at the end. Oh, son of a bitch. Find the path as a spell, literally, that Murray can have.
Oops.
Wow. It
Tomorrow.
Is what it is. Yeah, pretty much. We have passed without a trace.
You guys continue heading up, and what is everybody's passive perceptions?
Real good.
15.
18.
15.
15.
In another level, that's going to be even better, because fucking god damn it. I'm annoyed.
14.
We're perceptive fuckers, aren't we?
I am.
See, I'm more internal perception, like emotional perception.
Yeah.
I mean, Murray, not me. I'm basically a sociopath.
Jesus. Okay. Well,
My half elven eyes notice.
That's a noise you want to hear from the DM. Oh, jeez. Well,
as you guys progress up, about even with your perception, because your visibility is so low, about 15 feet ahead of you, kind of spread out, you see three huge shadowy creatures. Like, all you can see is just shadows. There's huge
nuts.
hulking creatures kind of appear at the edge of this like cloud of snow. They're almost surrounding you along each edge and then straight ahead.
Great.
please be Bilbo's trolls. Just be Bilbo's trolls.
And I'm gonna stop us there.
Son of a bitch.
And so what will happen is in the next session in 2 weeks, we're gonna roll for initiative as something here is attacking out of the snow, and I'll give you guys descriptions when you see it, because you'll
Be really mad at you. I know.
I think we might know what they are already.
maybe. But anyway, guys, I thank you guys so much for hanging out tonight. I appreciate it as always. This week's going to be a mishmash of stuff, and I think that's probably what it's going to be for quite a while. I'm not going to play, and I think I made the decision, I'm not going to play Baldur's Gate 3 on stream. And the big one is it's such a big game that way to scare off the party. They're not going to be able to run. It's such a big game that there's too much that's going to be lost. So I think what that's going to be is that what's going to be recording. So tomorrow I think we'll be finishing Oxenfree 2. Thursday we're going to play a game called Palia. That's going to be an open or a technically closed beta, but there's no NDA on it. I've done the alpha that had an NDA, so I can't talk about changes between alpha and beta. But I can talk about the beta going forward, because beta is going to go live with your data. So whatever you do in beta goes into live games. So we're going to play a little bit of that. And then I had something in mind for Saturday and I completely forgot what it is. But anyway, we're going to have a regular week this week. Last Saturday was anniversary, so that's why there was no stream on Saturday. So we'll be back to regular this week, so I'll figure out what we're going on Saturday. I haven't figured it out. I'm going to try and keep a pattern going, because I know I'm stupidly inconsistent with what games I'm playing, but we're going to fix that. But anyway, thank you guys for hanging out as always. We'll see everybody here in 2 weeks for more of this, as we're going to get into some crazy combat. So we'll see how things go. Hope you guys had a fantastic night, and I'll catch you guys on Tuesday. Have a good one.